tonight, and despite them being without Luka Šamanić, who is a two-way player for the Knicks, they have someone to fill in for him. Meanwhile, for Grand Rapids, a bit of a change to their starting lineup as Tarik Black gets to go tonight as opposed to Georgi Bezhanishvili. So those two new guys on the floor tip it up for the Gold and the Knicks. And Grand Rapids, Jeff, actually a little big for a team that has lacked some size to begin the season.
Yeah, definitely a different change in the defensive makeup of this roster over the new year for Reed and Black. Definitely give a different look as there's a huge block from Tarik Black to start the game.
Sends the Gold in transition for Matt Ryan, who's off target. Had himself a career day on Wednesday. For Reed, an offensive rebound and the putback gets them on the board first.
And that's what he does. Anybody that's a Nuggets fan watching tonight can reminisce on 7 years of that in Denver. A man on the offensive glass, hard to stop.
Now Blake Francis on the other end has his shot altered by Trayvon Duval. Black a rebound. And here comes the Gold with tempo again. Oh, Duval. No look, skip pass to the corner. Marcus Burke rims out. Black the rebound. Another chance for GR. Burke to Ryan. He'll fling it up. And miss short.
Grand Rapids sharpshooters a little cold early there. Some good looks, though. Trayvon Duval pushing the ball well and getting some nice little finds for his shooters.
And there's the Knicks on the board. Dewan Hernandez playing in his second game with the Knicks this year. 6'10", 235-pound forward. Grew up in Miami, Florida, with and played for the Hurricanes. Black in the post. He'll bang against Hernandez and lose the handle. Now Jordan Allen. Sims thought about it, puts it on the deck, attacks for Reed, and the Manimal swats him nearly out of bounds. That'll stay with the Knicks.
And like you said there, beginning the game, Grand Rapids a lot bigger in the lineup today than they have been throughout most of the season. And two of the first three possessions include blocks for the Gold, something that we haven't seen a lot of.
Tarik Black is 6'9", 260. Kenneth Reed, 6'8", 228, but they are girthy fellas. Francis kicks into the corner. VJ King, he's got three.
Nice drive and dish. A good look. Those are runs that you're going to have to give up if you're trying to guard the speedy Francis. He demands some attention in the lane when he gets going.
Foul off ball with Matt Ryan looking to get free. It's on Jordan Allen, his first. Allen did not start on Wednesday. He does tonight. He played starter minutes 2 days ago, 37 of them, scoring 15 points with 8 boards. Again, a 127-108 win for Grand Rapids to start the regular season 1-0. Black, quick, spins in the paint, hooks with the left. Rebound to King. Here is Jordan Allen. To the baseline. He's being hounded by Ryan. Skips it, Francis. A handoff. Sims. Back to Blake Francis. And at the shot clock buzzer, he cans a three.
Great patience by Westchester that time, not taking an okay shot, waiting for a great one. And that was exactly that. Francis wide open as the buzzer sounds.
Burke. Just off the front iron. Francis will pull it again. And off the heel. Grand Rapids has not gone or worked much through Trey Duval so far tonight. He had a career day on Wednesday as well. 19 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Burke tries it again. Can't connect.
And Marcus Burke a bit off his rhythm here early going. Now on a bit of a timid runner. It didn't look like he was fully committed to that shot when he took it, and it ends up short.
Whistle on Black. Grand Rapids was looking to sub anyway. As Georgi Bezhanishvili, who has carved out a starting role on this team since about December, early December that is, comes on off the bench to take Tarik Black off. Both Black and Fareed will play short stints tonight, meaning 3, 4, 5 minutes on and then off. Both of them kind of working back into game shape. King. No dice, Bezhanishvili right off the pine with a rebound.
See if Grand Rapids tries to get one inside as the outside shots are not falling early in this trip.
There's Ryan from the corner, and he nails the 3 off the dish from Duval.
They got exactly what they wanted with Duval coming off the screen, but when they leave a shooter wide open, you got to keep feeding it to him. And Matt Ryan, no lack of confidence to let it fly.
Career high 31 points for Ryan on Wednesday. He made 5 threes in that game. By far the best performance of his professional career. Now he dumps down low. Bezhanishvili off the high glass for 2.
Yeah, and a great pass there for him there. What you're saying with those 5 threes is what you would expect from Ryan, right? He's a 3-point specialist, but the interesting part is plays like that, and then the rest of his 31 points, the ones that didn't come from threes. He's developing as a playmaker, and his vision and his decisions are getting better as the season goes on.
Burke a little strong. When you're right, Ryan showed a penchant for getting to the rim on Wednesday night. That's not something you typically attribute to his game. Hernandez, Ryan a rebound. Matt with 2 block shots on Wednesday night too. That was also a career high. Duval tries to Euro late, but he has it poked away by Francis. Now we'll step aside for the first time tonight. Looked like Quade Green was about to check in. So with 6.5 to go in the first quarter, low scoring start, only 8-7, Knicks in front by 1 on a Friday night inside the Deltaplex.
Gordon behind the back, deflected, Burks ahead to Quickly. Quickly step back, 3-pointer, puts it in! Emmanuel Quickly from downtown, and the Knicks won by 4.
First up, it's Ox.
Oh, just let it ride.
And Knicks fans, you know who this is. Eric Coleman, what's up?
This is the time. That's my short shot.
New York, lock into that.
After we took the boys' money line.
Jeff Johnson representing the Q borough. I'll never say I let my fandom get in the way of a good bet. Let's talk about the spread.
There's entirely too much offense in this game for me not to take the over.
Look, I think they're going to win, and I also think they can get the first touchdown. That is my prop bet.
We're building our portfolio, money line, spreads. It's time for you to get in your bag.
And that's what we're doing here on the Betting Exchange.
Join us.
I've been a Knicks fan going back 60 years. Both my father and mother were huge Knicks fans, and this has continued to my nephew and his son, Brody. I decided to write a memoir about my experience as a Knicks fan. It entailed going through old ticket stubs and programs, digging up old memories. All of the royalties are going to the John Starks Foundation. We've had 3 generations of Knicks season ticket holders. Passing on the torch of being a Knicks fan is just a real joy.
About halfway through the first quarter. Glad to have you back with us. He's Jeff Vanderplug. I'm Brad Tunney. Low scoring start, just 8-7. Knicks leading by 1. Grand Rapids on the ball. A couple of fresh faces on the floor now. Manny Camper and Quade Green. Inserted by head coach Jason Terry. There's Green squeaking into the lane and filling it up.
A great drag screen that time by Georgi Bezhanishvili. He's a screening specialist. He has so many creative ways to angle his body, and guards love working off of his screens because he does it in so many different ways.
Then a turnover by the Knicks will give it back to Grand Rapids. Trey Duval with quick hands. Duval gets by Francis. Rack attack, lays it in for 2.
Great speed on the take there when he gets the corner turned that fast into the possession. A lot of times, even though the defense is sitting right there, they're not set up and ready for a rim run.
Allen, quick trigger, no good. Hernandez, corner rebound. And now King. Dewan into the lane. Misses. Bezhanishvili strong with the rebound. Ryan just needs a little bit of space. Here's Green. Pulls it. Quade Green, smaller guard, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, the former Washington Husky. Played in his first game with Grand Rapids on Wednesday. Came off the bench, 18 points, 6 of 12 shooting. Georgie B, another board.
Right now, Westchester trying to work through Duan Hernandez in the pinch post and also on those high screens. He's doing a nice job of facilitating from there, but the ball is not moving past that point. It's the point guard and him touching it. They're struggling to get it side to side right now against this Grand Rapids defense.
A couple of substitutions for Westchester. Liddell Elmore is in. He played a garbage time minute on Wednesday night. Get some first quarter run this evening. And J.C. Show, who's defending Green right now at the top of the key, on the floor for the first time. Tries to get around that screen. And the Knicks nearly work a turnover. That's off King along the baseline. 5 on the shot clock for Grand Rapids. Jermaine Haley in for them now as well. Green lobs to Bishanishvili. Out to Ryan. Gotta go. Down low. And a turnover for the Gold.
Great pressure defensively by Westchester, knowing the shot clock and cranking it up on that out-of-bounds defense, not letting the ball get caught anywhere close to the basket.
Show serving as the point guard here for Westchester. Gets to the left block, and then the whistle comes on Green. That's his first. Allen will trigger, defended by Manny Camper, one of the Gold's better wing defenders. Show, high ball screen, kicks to King. Drives baseline, and finishes.
Tough finish that time with a lot of contact on the baseline, limited space to operate. But King with great athleticism to get to the reverse side and finish that one off.
Green pulls and left it short. Elmore a rebound. Oh, will either team get to 20 in this first quarter? Under 4 minutes to go now. Gold leading 11-10.
There's a bit of a silly turnover from King. It's been a couple turnovers for Westchester and some pretty poor shooting early on for Grand Rapids, holding this game in a low-scoring lockdown.
Grand Rapids had 70 in the first half on Wednesday. Haley, who was signed on Wednesday by the Gold, finds Ryan off a screen. Can't hit. It'll stay with GR.
There's Manny Camper on the offensive glass. I know he didn't pull that one down, but his presence in there, such a pest for other teams to try to control, and a great out-of-bounds play.
Bishanishvili couldn't fill it, but he's heading to the line. One shot worth 2 points here. Something that I discussed on the broadcast, Jeff, on Wednesday night a lot, just the amount of players these two teams are missing from before Christmas. And in particular tonight, you take out a two-way player for the Knicks in Luka Šamanić, and they are really shorthanded in terms of the production they had during the showcase regular season. So both of these teams just trying to figure out new identities with new players, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle for these G League coaches and these G League GMs. Their phones have got to be running out of minutes on their plan if that were still a thing. These rosters are turning over so fast with the COVID need happening in the NBA, but now that's beginning to slow down and these teams can start to form an identity once again, something this G League side of the NBA has kind of lacked for the last little while.
Camper cuts and misses. He's on the deck for his own rebound, and that'll stay with the Gold again. Now, as of Wednesday, there had been 103 call-ups this year in the G League, which was almost double the record for a single year in, nearly the 20-year history of the G League now?
And now it's at 107. 5 of those are from Westchester, and 5 of those are from Grand Rapids. Both of these teams dealing with those absences.
Burke off the bounce to Georgie from the top. Way off target. Camper, another offensive rebound.
That's 3 now.
To Burke on the wing. And a foul on the floor goes against Grand Rapids.
Not necessarily 3 that he's pulled down, but 3 times that Camper has been right in the middle of things and won another possession for Grand Rapids.
He's been very active on that end of the floor. Hasn't led to much, though, offensively. 13-12. 2:54 to play in the first. We're watching G League basketball.
Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games anywhere. Stream more dunks, more buzzer beaters, and more moments all season long on any device. Catch up with condensed games. Get interactive stats. And customize the play-by-play with local broadcasts. NBA League Pass brings the game to you. Subscribe today.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Here we go, final 3 minutes of the first quarter. Tarek Black back in for Grand Rapids. Looks like Kenneth Fareed will check in at the next dead ball. Well, he'll get in now. Never mind. Yes, he will. Okay. They only had 4 to start the quarter, so Fareed walks in. And here we go. Not start the quarter. Break the timeout. Show. Off the backboard, no good. Volleyballed around, and last touch by Camper.
Yeah, that was just a chaotic possession from the start, given that Fareed wasn't on the floor. He did that at the beginning of the game, too. They were about to tip it off, and then he finally walked out. I'm not really sure what he's waiting for on either of those 2 times, but maybe a ritual that he's following from his 9 years in the NBA.
Allen with 10 to shoot. Gets to Elmore. And he pushes it home off the window. I don't know if that was out of the paint or not, but that was his 31st field goal attempt this year. All of them coming in the paint. Green sneaks in and can't finish. Two minutes to play in the first. Francis bounces back, and Fareed steals it away. Transition opportunity. Kenneth Fareed dribbles off his foot. They'll go to the post. Black with the seal and the flush.
Great positioning underneath, and Tarek Black, when he's got a clear path to the rim, is going to make it a thunderous slam. You could see on the way back, Dewan Hernandez was looking at Francis saying, why didn't you throw the lob there? It turns into a 4-point swing.
Now Hernandez pulls and can't hit. Green the rebound. Black with, what, a little over 200 NBA games in his career. Fareed, he's got way more than that. Burke. There it is for Marcus Burke.
A little bit of rhythm, a little bit of flow for Grand Rapids after a herky-jerky first quarter.
Allen broken up and a foul called. That goes against Burke, his first. Well, you're right. In terms of rhythm, that was only the second 3 hit by the Gold so far in this quarter. During the showcase season, they were 25th out of the 30 teams in the G League in terms of three-pointers made. Only about 10.5 per game. And that was with guys like Nick Stauskas and Lance Stevenson on the team. Looked like J.C. Show had a foot on the line there. Duval back in, and so I was just going to say the Gold are a little small here, but they still have Black and Fareed on the floor. Just no real wings. 3 combo guards and the 2 bigs. Black in the post. Get some position. And that's a defensive 3-second call on Elmore.
I know. You're listening to him say 3 seconds. As soon as he caught it.
Yeah, it was an interesting call there. It looked like the post defense was set up outside the lane. You can hear a little bit of the discussion.
I thought so too. And if not, Elmore I thought was within arm's reach of Fareed. I actually, I think, side with the Knicks head coach there, Derek Alston. I thought Black might have traveled in the post. He's got another chance now. Drop dribble and lays it in softly.
He's a space swallower down there, and that's why he was so effective as a journeyman NBA big, because he does everything right. He's not going to overwhelm you with incredible athleticism, but he does a great job of just swallowing space until everybody's out of his way and laying it in.
Another foul called there on Burke, his second in as many defensive possessions. All right, so the Gold did break 20 in the quarter. That's good.
Not sure Coach Terry would agree with you there.
Based on the early pacing, it is worth noting that if the Knicks are held under 20 in this quarter, it'll be the second straight game for them under 20 in the first. Show misses the free throw, but it'll stay with the Knicks, Burke and Fareed. A little miscommunication down low.
That's a frustrating possession to give up if you're Grand Rapids. Show and the Knicks will get another chance here with about a 6-second differential.
They'll pop to King. Bit of a size advantage on Duval. Out to Show. And now that sends Burke in transition. Under 10 to go first quarter. 9-point lead for the Gold. Well, Knicks working a little slow here. Francis off the screen, pulls it. And that'll end the first quarter. Grand Rapids played some good defense at the start of the second quarter from inside the Deltaplex. He's Jeff Vanderplug. I'm Brad Tunney. It's the Gold and Knicks tonight. Second time in 3 days to start the G League regular season. Westchester missed out on playing 4 games. How about this? Kenneth Fareed on point guard duties early. They tried to run the lob for him. Instead, Burke trailing the play. Misses the 3. I like that little wrinkle. Fareed and Black trying to lob one for each other. Francis skips to the corner. Oh! Toilet bowls out for Amir Sims. Grand Rapids in that first quarter shot 9 of 23 from the floor. That's 39%. 2 of 9 from the 3. Oh, Fareed can't go anywhere in the post. He is muscling his way in, and Sims wins the battle. King scoots by and has a free throw coming.
Yeah, what a defensive possession for Amir Sims, giving up no ground and making the swat. Fareed was hard-headed, going at him once again, but Sims was not going to give up anything on that possession.
That was impressive.
And also, when you shoot 39% in a quarter, you don't expect to win that quarter, let alone by 9 points. That's exactly where Grand Rapids finds themselves. Not something that you see in the G League too often, a quarter where you shoot that poorly and end up with a big lead. See what they can do with it now, though.
Yeah, Westchester shot even poorer than that 39%. 30% from them, 2 of 10 from the 3, and they turned it over 5 times, leading to 10 of the Grand Rapids' 23 points. Duval is probing. He made 3 threes on Wednesday. How about from the elbow? No. Hernandez the board. And that'll stay down there.
Yeah, as big as Grand Rapids is now with Fareed and Black in the lineup, the Knicks definitely have the personnel to match with Hernandez and Sims and King in the roster right now. With Šimanić on Wednesday, they were even more formidable in size. And that kind of may be a part of the tough defensive matchup we're seeing.
How about Haley on a broken play? Cans the corner three.
That's one way to get an assist while sitting on your backside. A little dish to the corner and a nice shot from Haley.
Jermaine Haley, 6'9", 260. That's Black. Jermaine Haley, not that big, 6'7", 215. Bezhanishvili back in for Black. It's a high five from Coach Terry. Gold have a 10-point lead right now. Sims the inbound. I was going to say earlier that Westchester missed out on playing 4 games due to the G League announcing that they wouldn't restart until December 5th. Grand Rapids missed out on playing 3 games. Haley's got a chance here. A bit out of control. Now Westchester the other way. King hops through. Has it ripped away by Ryan and lost the handle. Tell you what, Matt Ryan, you talked about him earlier. Kind of just known as a shooter, right?
Right.
He's been good defensively. He was good on Wednesday. There's another poke away to earn an extra possession.
He's got the frame to do it. Obviously not going to do it with athleticism overwhelming the player he's guarding, but in the G League here with a guy like Jason Terry coaching you, as you see Duval go in for a nice layup, you got every opportunity to learn all those nuances of playing NBA defense. And if he could do that with his shooting stroke, he's a guy that NBA teams are going to keep his eye on.
Francis fills it from the elbow.
Such a sought-after skill set, right?
Yep.
Large frame and can shoot it.
Ryan 6'7", 215. He went undrafted in the summer of 2020. Fareed Ailmails the 3.
As my high school coach would say, there's a reason you're open.
Yeah. Francis open. He's got it.
On that one, the reason was miscommunication from the Cold. Got a match up coming back after an air ball like that.
Now we laugh on the Fareed 3. He made 2 of them on Wednesday night, but he was as open as he was right there to hit both of them. Francis a poke away, and now Quade Green will come and get Kenneth Fareed. So the Gold downsize here a bit with Bezhanishvili the only big on the floor. Show out and Allen back in for Westchester. Oh, Sims. This is King, rather. No. Bezhanishvili a rebound, and now numbers for Grand Rapids. Green bounces a no-look. Oh, Duval. Met at the rim by Amir Sims to prevent a throw down for Trey Duval.
He does not care. He does not care if he's undersized. Trayvon Duval with no fear. He will go at anybody at the rack. And that time, if it weren't for the foul, it was about to be a fireworks show here at the Deltaplex. Oh my goodness.
Duval can't make the free throw. Trayvon Duval, 23 years old. He was one-and-done guy at Duke. Remember, he was one of the highest-rated recruits in that 2017 class. King. A lot of body, no whistle. Grand Rapids ball. Duval flips to Ryan. Allen a rebound. He's got an outlet opportunity. Now takes it with King. Ryan walls him up. Can't finish. The tip back good. DeJuan Hernandez, his second bucket.
Hernandez and King both doing a good job of running the floor as bigs and pressuring the ball on those out-of-bounds plays defensively. When you can get those turnovers and then get your bigs running towards the rack, Westchester has a chance to cut into their lead, this lead. It's exactly what they're looking to do, using size and speed down the floor.
That Green bucket stops a little 5-0 run for Westchester. Sims attacks the rim. And a late whistle comes on Bezhanishvili.
And going back to what you were saying about Duval, you can see it as he moves, how highly of a recruit he was, one of the most athletic players on the floor. Need to be able to shoot it, obviously, to make it in the NBA, and that's what he's working on, but offers so much for this Grand Rapids team.
Yeah, Duval's been shooting it really career best numbers this year in the G League. Starting to connect the dots a little bit. 7:30 to go, first half. Gold in front by 7.
I'm a lifelong Knicks fan. I do a New York Knicks radio show. I'll be talking about what's going on with the Knicks. Then I'll usually interview a celebrity guest, whether it's a player, a hip-hop artist.
Opening night at the Garden, what's your go-to pair of kicks?
The Ewings.
The Ewings?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The fact that so many people want to talk Knicks with me, whether it's a casual fan, a diehard fan, a celebrity, it's a crazy experience. Being able to say I've turned my passion and love for the New York Knicks into a career, that's a dream come true.
Want to win some cash? It's easy, fun, and free with the MSG Pick-A-Mac. Knicks, hockey, baseball, and now football. Make picks before your favorite teams play, and you can make some serious bank. Every game is free to play, so you can't lose. Make picks, win big with the MSG Pick-A-Mac. Download today.
Grand Rapids beat this Westchester team 127-108 on Wednesday night here at the Deltaplex. They're doing it again tonight, and an early 7-point advantage for GR. Here's Amir Sims at the free throw line. 1 for 2 there. It's one shot for 2 points, that is. Back to a 5-point game. Matt Ryan brings it up the floor for the goal. No post, Bezhanishvili. Going to work. Good position, flicks it home with the left. Comes back down the other end with a smile on his face.
Nice patience inside by Bezhanishvili. So good with both hands. That time taking what the defense gives him with the left.
Sims pulls it. Green the run out. Cuts through 3 defenders to Camper in the corner. Grand Rapids gets back defensively. Duval climbs the ladder to poke it away. Ryan the blow by. And a blocking foul called underneath.
What a play by Duval to come back and knock away the lob. He can fly with the big guys. There you saw it once again. Grand Rapids with an opportunity after a flurry of action there. It was flying around.
Coming back to you. Amir, touch 41. You in the same spot.
How about the sneakers on Trayvon Duval tonight? Sort of like lime green, not soles, but around the top of the soles, and then there's some yellow, some black, some red, some blue, some white.
They remind me of the custom shoes my player wears on 2K.
That's pretty much what they are. Nike low tops for Duval. Francis, a foul called.
So far on the night, Westchester not shooting it well from outside. And they're not shooting it often either. I believe that they've only have 2 3-pointers made on the night. Grand Rapids doing a nice job of guarding J.C. Show, who is the one guy who you would expect to make a few of them on this roster. But other than that, it's not a deep 3-point shooting roster for Westchester, as you mentioned. One that they don't really look for that shot that often.
Teams trading free throws on the last couple of possessions. Bezhanishvili to Camper. He'll sky! Gets stuffed by the rim. Boy, back and forth we go. Hernandez spins quickly and lays with the left. That would have been special for Manny Camper.
Yeah, nothing in his way, like you said, blocked by the rim.
Worth a try. Oh, Bezhanishvili given a lane. Spins, spills, and the foul. Counted for Georgie B.
He gives the GR fans a little dance as he goes back to the free throw line. Great concentration through contact. And Grand Rapids is now starting to build that lead back towards a double-digit margin.
Elmore and King back on for Coach Alston.
Hey. Let's do angle slant. Angle with Lydell.
Oh, can't hit the free throw. Just over halfway through the second quarter. Second game of the G League regular season for both of these teams. Allen pulls it and connects.
There's a made three-pointer that the Knicks were needing badly. They're right back to a 4-point game now after the missed free throw.
Some early action there for Ryan into the corner. They restarted. Duval tried to sneak one by. And now he'll take a seat. Tarek Black back in. Joining Bezhanishvili as the two bigs. Oh, Ryan wanted it in the corner. 4 to shoot. Oh, Bezhanishvili will pull it.
Same thing as before. Grand Rapids, not a lot of time in the shot clock.
Oh, Camper picks Allen's pocket. Back the other way, an easy deuce.
Nice pick for two there for Manny Camper, but on the out-of-bounds play, Grand Rapids needs to find an option that isn't outletting it out top, especially with limited time in the shot clock. An avoidable mistake there.
Eight already on the shot clock for Hernandez against Bezhanishvili. My goodness. These players are mad at the rim tonight. Another chance and another stuff by the iron to send it back the other way.
And that one again would have been special. Just rising up right after the slow drive. Unable to get it to go. Westchester going with a lot of high post pinch looks right now. They're not posting up any of their three bigs that they're running the 3 through the 5. They have some size mismatches, but right now trying to do everything kind of off that weave concept from the top. We'll see if they stick with it.
Green lob, Black, my goodness. Say something to him.
Full extension on the rim rattler there. Tarek Black brought that one down hard for the Cold.
Hernandez, a quick answer. Wow. Well, we finally got one.
I believe your diagnosis of mad at the rim still applies there.
Green fades and misses short.
But a nice answer from Westchester, and now a chance for the Knicks to bring it back within one possession.
Now a steal by Black. 2-on-2 here with Camper. Ryan's coming in. And the foul goes against Manning. And Tarek Black, he's been trying to rehab from an injury to start the year. This is the first time we've seen him. He looks kind of fresh.
Yeah, he's done a nice job staying with it. He's been an excellent veteran voice for this Grand Rapids Gold Ball Club throughout this early part of the season. Obviously hasn't played a ton, and a lot of that is due to that rehab that you're talking about, but good to see him able to get some minutes in a controlled fashion here, and you see what he brings offensively. A very heady player inside, knowing where to stand, knowing how to set those screens. A good force on the boards as Francis hits the free throw.
220 NBA games in Black's career. Never much of a scorer, just kind of a bruiser down low. Just some good hard-fought minutes. Still kind of in his prime, physically, 30 years old right now. How about on the short roll, a kick to the corner. Fareed fights through the rebound. to Green. 10 on the shot clock. Ryan takes a bump, and there's a foul on Francis.
DJ, get all the way on top. I don't even want him coming this way. Make him go that way.
Just a 3-point game right now. With 3 minutes to go in the first half. 19-point victory for the Gold on Wednesday over these Knicks to start 1-0 during the regular season. It was supposed to be a 36-game regular season this year in the G League, but Westchester lost out in the first 4 games of that stretch, so they'll play 32 as of right now. Burke firing. And Grand Rapids at this point scheduled to play 33.
Yeah, that'll be interesting how they work that one out, because obviously those numbers don't work out to assign true standings, but one way or another they'll stack them up and line them up for the playoffs. Kind of a problem for another day with the G League just trying to get through with enough players right now.
One day at a time. Quade Green. A little bump and a foul call.
Green's been a nice addition here in these last couple of games.
Yeah, I've liked him a lot.
Bounced around the G League, but offering a lot of what Grand Rapids has needed, which is a point guard presence who just handles the offense and allows some other scorers some good looks.
He has been really good this week. 40-37, Gold in front, and Green will be at the free throw line when we return.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Great save by Lundqvist. The shootout begins. He moves in on Lundqvist. Save Lundqvist. Kopitar moves in on Lundqvist. Save Lundqvist. Rangers win the shootout. And that, fittingly, Henrik Lundqvist makes the save and gets his 200th NHL win. Gordon behind the back. Deflected. Burks ahead to Quickly. Quickly step back. Three-pointer. Touchdown. Emmanuel Quickly from downtown. And the Knicks scored by 4.
Both teams still shooting under 40% as we near the final few minutes of the first half from Grand Rapids. Golden Knicks tonight. As we bring it back in, Quade Green is at the free throw line for GR. One shot to count as 2.
Yeah, this game's still kind of waiting for one team to take control. It's been a bit in the balance. Grand Rapids has led throughout the duration of this first half, but they haven't taken control and run away with it yet. Westchester hanging around with some good defense and a lot of plays that end up just kind of as a back and forth sloppy fest.
A lot of touches here for the Knicks. Sees King driving and Fareed rebounding. Quade Green, the Philadelphia native, just 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. Finding Ryan in the corner. Splash!
Great screen on that side by Fareed for Matt Ryan coming off the screen. And once he starts to see it go, he can get hot in a hurry.
Ryan now with 8. That's his second made 3 of the half. Francis draws a bit of a bump, hoists, and hits.
The Knicks have struggled to find the range from three-point land, but Blake Francis has not been the problem. He's 3 for 5. He has 15 to lead the way for Westchester. Gold need to get a hand up on him.
Another, yes! Marcus Burke from downtown. His second triple, he's got 8. Back to 7 for Grand Rapids. Francis skips, poked away. Elmore ends up with it. To show, swatted by Fareed and a foul called. They called that on Black, actually.
Yeah, it looked like he got him on the body from behind. Lots of rim protection inside for Grand Rapids. And Westchester right now relying on a slashing offensive philosophy, trying to come off those high post pinches and screens to get to the basket. You could tell how it's kind of clogged up the flow of this game with Grand Rapids specifically structured in their current form to stop exactly that.
A lot of changes here going back and forth for Grand Rapids. Players running in and off the floor. Bezhanishvili, Fareed, Ryan, Duval, and Haley, the five still out there. Francis, Allen, Elmore, Show, and Sims, the five for Westchester. So the make there makes it a 5-point game. Under a minute to go, first half. See if the Gold try to go 2 for 1. Bezhanishvili has it ripped away. Elmore gets called for the foul. That'll be a free throw. So on the other end, Westchester may actually have a chance to go 2 for 1.
Yeah, good job by Grand Rapids, though, going quickly like you mentioned. Kind of can't control when a foul is called like that. See if Westchester goes to a different set here coming out of make, or if they just continue to look for those high post pinches.
Reset the clock here. Bezhanishvili into double figures with that make, by the way. Closing in on a double-double.
Doing so off the bench as well. Looks like Derek Olsen setting it up here for the Knicks.
Hey, 7-7, Amir.
Still waiting on the clock. Right now it reads 39.3. They want it back to 39.9. Well, while we've got you here, Grand Rapids playing again tomorrow inside the Deltaplex. First time this year they'll take on the Cleveland Charge, who is not in their Showcase Cup pod, but is playing in the same conference as Grand Rapids. So those two teams will meet for the first time tomorrow night. Tip off at 7 o'clock. Looks like we've got the clock figured out.
Yeah, that'll be Nuggets night here in Grand Rapids. We'll have some Nuggets giveaways and all sorts of other things happening at the Deltaplex. It'll be an interesting night for Grand Rapids to get to know their new affiliate.
Francis connects on the three-pointer. And a perfect 2 for 1 play there. 30 seconds to go on the clock. They're within 4. Ryan tries it. Bezhanishvili, a soft tip back off the window.
Georgie B active off the bench. You can see what he provides offensively that Fareed and Black do not. A nice job by Jason Terry mixing and matching different bigs. And now Westchester with the last shot of the half.
6 seconds to go. Francis wants to start the action. Ryan fronts the screen. They're stuck with 1 to shoot. Francis hoists. And that ends the half. Well done by Matt Ryan there.
Exactly. And like we were saying, that's a mental stop right there. That's not doing a great job of just being fast, quick. That's knowing exactly what they want and stopping it as soon as they go to that. Great coaching by Jason Terry to have them ready. And we continue to see that development. It's something that we didn't see at the beginning of the year and something that Matt Ryan is going to need if he wants to continue to improve.
Who, again, a little late to take off his warm-up. Here he comes. All right.
Must just be his thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Francis to go along with, that looks like King, Hernandez, Sims, and Allen for Westchester. Back underway. Trayvon Duval skips through the lane. Hard stop, but he can't finish. And an offensive foul is called on Black. Good footwork by Duval. Got a little unlucky on the floater attempt.
And another thing to note, you mentioned Šamanić not being on the floor tonight for New York. Their leading scorer from Wednesday, Tyler Hall, is also not playing tonight for whatever reason. So lots of production to replace.
From the corner, Allen a little strong. Fareed the rebound. We discussed this on the broadcast on Wednesday, but just looking at the players they had active yesterday compared to the total season production, Duval splashes it from the top. And we're talking about this Westchester team, including being without Šamanić and Hall right now. Black a rebound. Being without something like 70% of their total points this year. Not with them right now. Duval's got 2 more.
Yeah, that's tough to replace and tough to battle back, especially when you got Trayvon Duval coming at you at the beginning of the second half. A couple of quick buckets for him.
Fareed walling up Francis, who just keeps circling in the paint. To Sims, out to Hernandez for 3. He's got it.
Great kick-out pass by Amir Sims. Hernandez wide open that time. None of these Westchester players like to force the 3 ball, but when they can get a good look like that, they love to fire.
Ryan, see if he can get cooking in the second half. He'll fade from the free throw line and hit. Ryan into double figures with 10. Back to a 10-point lead. Francis works on Duval and bounces into Hernandez. Hauled up by Black. 6 to shoot. Sims will try it. Ryan, weak side rebound. And Duval turns it over. DJ King here now. 24-year-old undrafted in 2019. He was a St. Vincent St. Mary guy. DJ King. Harris sneaks it by.
That's, I think, 17 on the game for Blake, or 19 on the game now for Francis, who continues to kill Grand Rapids late in the shot clock. After a good defensive possession, he finds a way to get a good look.
That was way off target for Marcus Burke. Well, Westchester has gone as far as Blake Francis has been able to take them tonight. Everything being worked through him. Gets into the lane. Throws out to Allen. Way short on the baseline. Now it'll stay with Westchester, but they don't get a shot off in time. That should be a side out play here. Yeah, ball did hit the rim.
Now that ends up costing the Knicks a basket. Now that they'll have to take it out to the sideline. An interesting part about Francis, all these players obviously in the current state of the NBA are trying to make it back, and everybody in the G League right now has got to believe they have a chance. But I wonder if a performance like this doesn't actually help Francis that much, because nobody's looking for a guy who's going to have the ball 100% of the time for their team. Kind of an interesting thing to think about. He really would like to get a look as, you know, a substitute guard, a backup point guard, but he doesn't end up getting to showcase his skills in that way in this game because he's counted on to do so much. I wonder if you're a G League player what you want your role to be at this point in the season.
Yeah, Francis used right now as kind of a ball-dominant primary scorer for the Knicks. This was a guy that was drafted to begin the year in the G League draft by Raptors 905. In fact, he was an early second-rounder, but then was waived early in the year. He sat in the player pool for about 2 months before being claimed last week. See if he can find his footing with Westchester. Duval aggressive to start the second half, and he's got another basket.
Yeah, he's absolutely feeling it right now, and when he's confident, he finds ways to use his athleticism and get great looks. So tough to stop, as there's a great rebound by Black, and the Gold are back on the run out.
See if Ryan pulls it. There it is. For 3.
Stone cold killer there with a straight face after burying the triple right in front of Hernandez. Matt Ryan and Trayvon Duval have brought the Gold back to a 13-point lead, and it's getting bigger as we speak.
This is the largest lead of the game for Grand Rapids. It comes with 8 minutes to go in the third as we step aside.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Make this year your year in a Cadillac. Shine bright in the striking XT4 or the sophisticated XT5. Stand out in the 3-row XT6 or arrive in the iconic Escalade. Visit your showroom today.
Get 0% APR for 36 months, plus $500 purchase allowance on most 2021 Cadillac models. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Gordon behind the backs, deflected. Burks ahead to Quickly. Quickly step back, three-pointer. Puts it in. Emmanuel Quickly from downtown. And the Knicks win by
4. Welcome back. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. We, I think, just had the best, what do they call those, bumper balls?
Whatever they call it, that was a full contact intermission right there.
That was the best one of the year. Those things you stand in the big blow-up balls and then you get to run at each other. And I don't know, I feel like that's just whoever's got more mass is going to win that, right? Or is there some momentum, some speed built up? I don't know the science project that you'd have to do to figure out who wins the battle on that.
Yeah, it's got to be momentum and just lack of fear there, just going at one another.
I think we put a fan in one of those, and then you let Kenneth Faried be in the other one.
Absolutely.
Just kind of, you draw a number. Speaking of Faried, and one opportunity for the big fella.
I say you get 10 fans in them, and then you put Faried and Black in the other two and just have them go at one another.
Yeah, last one without a concussion gets to go home. That's Faried's second basket tonight. He's been a little more quiet than he was on Wednesday when he finished with 20 and 12 in his first ever G League action. The 9-year NBA veteran, a little short at the free throw line.
Yeah, never a guy in the NBA who was a high point scorer or a offensive option number one, but coming to the G League, obviously that's something that he probably hasn't lost as quickly as all the other stuff that he's got to get back into game shape for. So,
skip pass, corner three, no good. Ryan the rebound. Shooting numbers starting to creep up for Grand Rapids, now at 45%, 32% from three. Duval. Ryan will get it back. Down to Black. Oh! Draws the foul.
Duval a little slow to get up there. It looks like he'll be all right. He had him dancing on the crossover that time. Converts to a free throw opportunity for Tarek Black.
Black, the former Laker, the former Rocket, right?
I knew of the Rockets. I didn't know of the Lakers stint, but I believe you.
Wait a second here.
Yeah, not sure why they blew that one dead.
Tarek saying, look, I'm going to pause at the top here. Just wait on it. There, he cans the second one.
Duval's such a catalyst for this offense, and his aggression has translated to what is now a 17-point lead for the Gold.
Yeah, he's really been the catalyst. That's a really good point. Block underneath, and I think they'll get Black for a foul here. Faried almost hit his head on the rim. He got up so high.
Yeah, he was looking to erase that shot off the backboard, but Francis, using the quickness, he gets the last laugh. He's done such a good job even when the momentum doesn't go his way, all of tonight he just continues to find a way to get to the basket, slow things down, to give himself an opportunity to pull it a little closer. Such a steady hand for a guy that, like you said, sat in the player pool for that long. Not a guy you would expect to come out and lead a team even at the G League level here, but exactly what he's doing so far tonight.
He's got it. One shot counts as two. He's up to 21, a game high.
Bezhanishvili back in. We'll see if they look to get it to him early in this possession.
Find Green. Now Duval. A skip to Fareed in the corner. You bet.
I stand corrected. I apologize. It doesn't look the prettiest, but he's 1 for 2 tonight.
Make him 3 of 6 this week from deep. Well, Francis trying to do it all. Already 8 on the shot clock. Blake, 3 to shoot, step back 3. The answer for Westchester.
Oh my goodness, what a shot that was that time. I mean, there's just no space there to even get it off for the left-hander. And it's just nothing but the bottom. Blake Francis, so impressive.
He's got 24. No other player for Westchester has more than 12. Duval slips. And now this play completely broken. Green's got to do something. He crosses by Show, gets to the lane, and fills it.
Everything's starting to go right for the home team right now.
Hey, what, I've been impressed with Quade Green. That was a completely broken play. He gets by a decent defender in J.C. Show and then fills it over the tall, athletic Elmore. Hernandez a hammer on the other end.
Matt Ryan with the business decision doesn't pan out for him. And now they're going to call 5 seconds on Bezhanishvili as he's saying the ball is too wet to handle.
They wanted the ball to be dried. They wanted the spot on the court to be dried. And look, you can't really make that decision on your own as a player.
At that point, once you've looked at him and he won't blow the whistle, you got to pass it in.
Just get it in.
Bit of a rookie mistake. Bezhanishvili's first year in the pro game here. Lots to learn on those little interesting scenarios.
Hernandez walks, and they'll give it right back. And Bezhanishvili looks at his bench, says, ball never lies.
So many of those little things are so different in the pros, too. Like in college, you wouldn't even think to dry off the ball, right? You just keep going. In the pro game, a lot more of those, like, you know, situational things are handled, and you get a lot more 5-on-4s with a guy staying down the other end. A lot of those procedural issues can be hard for rookies to figure out because it's such a different game than the college game. It's not really a part of the basketball of it, but it's always interesting to watch.
Boy, Francis, nowhere to go there. On his backside, finds Show, now 6 to shoot. JC skips. Francis in the corner, another step back. That was really tough.
If that one would have went, he would be officially unconscious.
Fareed's got a mismatch. To Bezhanishvili at the top. No. 15-point game, Gold lead. Boy, they played well on the defensive end tonight. Getting a little bit of shooter's luck. Westchester still has not eclipsed the 40% mark, and that won't help. Ryan moves quickly, crosses, lobs. Oh, it's poked away.
What a play by Hernandez. Yep. Says not too fast there on that idea, and Allen with the quick 3 on the other end.
And Matt Ryan frustrated with himself. Turnover leading to 3 for the Knicks. They're back within 12, under 4 to go in the third. This is NBAGleague.com.
Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games anywhere. Stream more dunks, more buzzer beaters, and more moments all season long on any device. Catch up with condensed games. Get interactive stats. And customize the play-by-play with local broadcasts. NBA League Pass brings the game to you. Subscribe today.
You can sell things. Thoughts.
Brought to you by Squarespace.
Hidden talents. Your time. Your theory on reality. Motivation. And even the sound of your own voice. Squarespace is everything you need to sell anything.
Let's go! Trend. 58-16. Tips. Are you seeing this? Guess that know a guy who knows a guy. You gotta be fired up.
The NBA is back. Let's make some money.
Welcome into the better half hour. My favorite time to dance. All right.
Haley, Ryan, Camper, Green, Bijhanashvili, the 5 for Grand Rapids outside the timeout. Meanwhile, Sims, Elmore, King, Show, and Allen, the 5 for Westchester and the Road Whites. A 12-point game. Grand Rapids in front with Matt Ryan driving and drawing a foul. That's the part of his game that I think we've seen more of late, specifically this week. Career high 31 points for Ryan on Wednesday. Now he gets to the line again.
On the other end, we'll see what Westchester elects to do now with King in the game along with Sims and Lydell. All night long they've looked for those double screens up top, and now finally in the game it's neither Fareed nor Black in to defend those post players inside. If I were Westchester, I'd look to start getting a post touch or a high-low or something that doesn't depend on a guard with dribbling the basketball across the center of the floor.
Allen has another from downtown. Well, if Blake Francis is off the floor, where's the scoring coming from? Jordan Allen says, I've got some.
Yeah, that works just fine. Not a great shot, but he knocks it down anyways.
Camper off the screen, jumps it to Green, 10 to shoot. And he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Allen 3 for 5 from beyond the arc now. The only other player other than Francis finding the range. See if that continues.
King big on the perimeter, setting things up. We'll look to work into the post against Green. He's got the size advantage. And now kicks to Sims. No good. Offensive rebound. Elmore swatted. And now the steal. Ryan ends up with it. Grand Rapids are stuck with it defensively. Matt out to Jermaine Haley. Dumps to Camper. Yes, and the foul.
Great take baseline for Haley. The baseline always draws a lot of attention when you get a free run at the basket. A good idea to think pass first as everybody converged, and Camper with a chance for a three-point play.
Second field goal for Manny Camper tonight. And he's no good at the line, but Westchester can't hold on.
Free possession, what can Grand Rapids do with it?
Manny Camper, a local tryout player for Grand Rapids this year, sticking with the club. Good defensive stopper. Turns it over that time. Allen steps back, gets blocked on the perimeter. Bijhanashvili. Now King. No good. Georgie the rebound. You don't see that very often.
But a great idea to be out there with a hand up after Allen had just hit 2 3-pointers in the last few minutes. He gets a chance to answer.
Oh, doesn't get the friendly roll. Camper, another offensive rebound to Haley. Elmore the board. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Green picks up Allen. And a reach-in foul call. Yeah, it was there. He got a little handsy.
Come on, Greg. You got Greg, you yell at me all the time, Greg. Triangle thumb down. Triangle thumb down.
Ryan to the bench. Marcus Burke back in. Here's JC Show. Off the dribble. Flipping King for three. No. Haley the rebound. BJ King just hasn't gotten going. He's scoreless still in the second half as Grand Rapids turns it over. King, the former McDonald's All-American. There's a handful of them in the game tonight. Trayvon Duval, 2017. King in 2016. Charge called down low. That one against Amir Sims.
Great job by Haley setting it up right outside the restricted area. Sims just a bit out of control. Grand Rapids in general a bit out of control in the last few possessions, and with just over a minute to go in the third quarter, a chance for them to slow it down and really regain that momentum heading towards the fourth.
They love taking a lead into the fourth quarter at home, especially by double digits. Feel good to start the season 2-0. Haley dumps down low. Vajanashvili baby soft with the left hand.
And that's exactly what they were looking for, right? It was a slow developing possession, high percentage passes, and a high percentage look inside for a good big who is great with the left hand. Again, you see it happen there. The left hand, the favored hand almost of Georgie B inside, even though he's naturally right-handed.
Yeah, naturally right-handed, but shoots the ball left-handed. Good catch. Vajanashvili, great story, right? As Camper nearly pokes it out of bounds. 3 years at Illinois. Finished his high school career in New Jersey. Originally born in Georgia. Mother moved the family to Austria.
And you can tell just by his personality that he's been able to make it through a lot of those challenges by having a great attitude and enjoying every part of his life that he's in. And here with the Gold, it's no different. He enjoys every second. That's a good voice to have on the team, a guy who's really joyful to be here.
Yeah, top-notch personality as King scoots it in for two.
Also of interest, his former college teammate, Ayo Dosunmu, has his jersey retired just the other day at Illinois. He was never really the guy at Illinois. He was never really counted on to score, and neither is he here. But he's much more of a role in the offense here with the Gold, I believe, than he was with Illinois and Kofi Coburn and Dosunmu there. He's learning to really take his shot when he gets it, which is never really something he did in college.
Shot clock turned off now for Westchester. They'll go early with Allen. Elmore keeps it on that end. To King, another deuce. Quad A Green. 4 seconds left. Burke can stroke it. Off the back iron.
With 7 seconds.
He's kind of the new headliner on this roster of former NBA vets. Been a handful of them this year for the Gold, and head coach Jason Terry, Lance Stevenson, and Isaiah Thomas, Nick Stauskas, Mario Chalmers, and Shabazz Muhammad during the showcase. Didn't get a chance to see them here in GR, but still cool to watch them from afar in Vegas.
Yeah, it's been interesting to look at the new philosophy of how to handle a G League team from the basketball operations people with Denver. Obviously, this is the first year of the Nuggets having a G League team to work with, and they've handled it in such a different way than most teams do. They haven't isolated these raw, uncut prospects and tried to develop them into NBA players. They've really looked at how can we get ourselves a look at some guys who can contribute right now in our system. And that's really changed things now that the COVID situation happened. That philosophy is starting to catch on more throughout the league.
And Grand Rapids turns it over. You know, I saw the news of Gerald Green coming off the bench for Houston a couple of nights ago. I think first reported that he was no longer going to be an assistant coach. I just assumed, well, he'll end up here in Grand Rapids. Every former NBA vet ends up in GR. He ultimately signs with the Rockets G League team, Rio Grande Valley, but it's pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, I remember his high-flying dunks back in the day. That guy could really bring the house down.
9-point lead for Grand Rapids. Blake Francis has been doing it all for Westchester. And
what a block.
Elmore blocked at the rim.
Bashanishvili, are you kidding me? That one was all but dunked already, and he came out of nowhere to stuff it with the right.
This guy smiles tying his shoes, and we can't crack a smile on that one, Georgie?
Just too tough inside, I guess. Wow, what a defensive play that was. I did not see him coming.
And Hernandez out of bounds. Now Bashanishvili showing some emotion with the turnover.
And he's not even necessarily the rim protector of this team now that Fareed and Black are on the roster. He just came flying in out of nowhere. You got to have such perfect timing and placement to make a block like that. It's not just timing. It's not just athleticism. It's a factor of a bunch of different things to predict when the lob is going to be where. And he got it just perfectly. That was sensational.
See if they draw something up offensively for Georgie now. Burke around the Georgie screen. And Bashanishvili keeps it alive for GR.
He is fired up, and he should be. What a play. That's the third time in a row winning a possession for the Gold.
Got to reward him now offensively, right? Let's get him something.
I would say so.
Duval spins around Francis. Oh, he's dancing. To Haley with 4 to shoot. Now 2 on the shot clock, a drive, a high hooker. No good, Elmore the rebound. Allen straight at Bashanishvili. Charge called. Georgie B.
I have not seen a stretch like this from Bashanishvili yet this year. How can you be on fire without having touched the ball?
And he'll get rewarded with a seat on the bench. Matt Ryan coming in for him.
I guess you follow the way you scripted it up with the substitutions, or at least that's what it seems like right now. I don't know how else you take him out of the game, but what a stretch there for Georgie. The block, the turnover, stealing a possession on the offensive rebound, and then drawing a charge. What a team player making plays.
Fareed draws the foul underneath. Good find by Duval.
And just the last thing, going back to Dosunmu and his jersey retirement and that whole Illinois team, obviously Dosunmu and Coburn were the stars there. But you know who the Illinois fans really loved the most from that team, or at least so they say on social media and so you hear from Illinois fans? It was Bashanishvili, and it's because of stuff like that. An emotional guy, a guy who does the right things, who does the little things. So cool to watch a player like that who's bought into the little stuff of basketball.
Hernandez stripped by Fareed and a foul called. I'll tell you this much, though. Other fans in the Midwest, Michigan State here specifically in the Mitten State, Bashanishvili was their least favorite player on the Illinois team.
Absolutely. Because he does the very things that would frustrate you as an opposing fan, right? You think that you have a stop, and then he grabs an offensive rebound. You think you have a dunk, and he takes a charge. It's right when you think you have him beat is when he shows up and makes a play.
Juan Hernandez, one shot, counted as 2. Gives him 16. Knicks back within 7.
Hernandez starting to build a pretty quiet but effective night.
Oh, Duval behind the back, misses. Haley tips it in. Knicks thought he was in the cylinder. Second field goal tonight for Jermaine Haley. Second game in Grand Rapids uniform. King uses the screen and rises from the baseline. It's short. Duval is feeling it, cuts through the lane and finishes with the left.
He finally gets the finish after a nice move. He'd been cooking for a few possessions but hadn't got the bucket to show for it. That time he finished it strong.
Allen can't answer the call. Fareed rebound and nearly lost it. All right, Gold back up by double figures. Here's Trey being walled up. It'll stay with the gold. Sims back in along with Camper. I never know what Kenneth Faried is smiling about, but he is always smiling out there. He looks at Jason Terry, and then they share a look, and Faried just starts laughing.
And he's a guy who spent years in the NBA, now down here in the G League, and a guy who just loves the game, and that's why he's been so effective as an effort guy, as a glue guy his whole career, because he just loves being here and playing his heart out no matter the circumstance.
Good start to the fourth quarter for Grand Rapids. Still an 11-point lead, 9 minutes to go.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2022 Volkswagen Tiguan has a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota RAV4. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer today and drive away with the sophisticated and capable 2022 Tiguan.
This winter, let New York State take your breath away. Come be a part of it. Plan your winter getaway at iloveny.com.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2022 Volkswagen Taos has a lower cost of maintenance than Honda CR-V. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and experience the 2022 Taos with a starting MSRP of $22,995.
Back up in the fourth quarter. Trayvon Duval on possession for Grand Rapids. 7 to shoot. He finds Burke. From downtown.
Huge shot out of the timeout, and now Grand Rapids up 14. It's going to take a monumental effort for the Knicks now.
Grand Rapids made 5 threes in the first half. That's their 4th of the second half. Faried fronts the post and pokes it away. Duval ends up with it. Trey crosses, gets to the lane with some contact, nearly puts it down. Free throw on the way. Westchester still shooting 35% in this game as a team. They've turned it over 15 times to Grand Rapids 11. Blake Francis was really hot to start the second half, but has slowed down. He still leads them in scoring with 24. Been more of a team effort for Grand Rapids. 15 for Matt Ryan, 13 for Trayvon Duval, 14 for Georgi Bezhanishvili, 8 apiece for Black and Burke, 7 for Kenneth Faried, 9 for Quade Green. Just a night of parity on the offensive end. Give Duval 2 more. Ties him with a team-high 15.
And when you have such a roster that is experiencing turnover with so many new pieces, parity can be a good thing. When you're looking for a lot of different people to contribute, you're not really sure who's going to fall into what role yet.
There's VJ King, 3-year player at Louisville, banging home a 3. Duval skips it. Camper into the lane, finger rolls, and the foul. Manny Camper hits the deck hard, but count it.
Westchester coaches up off the bench because as you look at it, it was a lot of contact with the gold player. I believe they will still get the foul going against Elmore there underneath, but the Knicks coaches believing it was Bezhanishvili who actually knocked Camper to the ground. Little bang play, the gold the beneficiary. See if Camper can take advantage.
And he does. Manny Camper with 7 tonight. Gold now lead by 16, 2 off their largest of the game. Allen skips. Francis looking for 3 more. Bezhanishvili, a strong box out. Gold really can start to pull away here as we near the midpoint of the 4th. Oh, Green likes it. King the rebound. It's the second of 3 meetings between these two clubs this year. They'll meet in Westchester later this season for one single game on the road for the Gold. Remember, again, Grand Rapids tomorrow night. Oh, Duval!
He has that thing on a string right now, working his way through the defense, and the Gold get a turnover. Momentum fully on the side of the home team, and Duval goes right back at him.
There's Trey! A lot of control at the rim. Allen jumps it. Elmore hands it. King, no. Trayvon Duval, again, high-level prospect. He was a part of that #1 recruiting class for Duke in 2017. Think about the names. Marvin Bagley and Wendell Carter. Gary Trent Jr. was a part of that class. Duval was one of 4 5-star recruits that year. That was a Duke Elite 8 team led by, at the time, senior Grayson Allen.
I was wondering how far, I couldn't remember how far they made it, but yes.
Yeah. And all those guys were one and done, right? Gary Trent Jr., Bagley, Duval, Carter. Yeah. Got a timeout on the floor, 6 minutes to go. Gold looking good, trying to start the regular season 2-0 and start 2022 2-0 as well.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Pikes Peak, named after General Zebulon Pike, who never actually made it to the top. Of course, he didn't own a sedan from our turbo-infused sport-tuned GT lineup. Well, Zebulon, this one's for you.
Haley Green, Camper, Bezhanishvili, and DJ Johnson on the floor for the first time tonight. DJ a reserve big, and Grand Rapids kind of defense first here with an 18-point lead and under 6 to go in the 4th.
Yeah, definitely a game that Grand Rapids is now in full control of, and Coach Terry with the option to throw some different lineups out there.
Camper the steal, the run out the other way, and the flush. It's the second time he's gone pick 6 tonight.
That's one of the things he does best, ball pressure up near the passing lane and a little scoop and score there. You'll love to see it if you're Grand Rapids. He can really fly when he gets an open lane, an open breakaway like that.
That was a deep pull for Jordan Allen off target. Now Quade Green. Out to Haley. Bang! Grand Rapids feeling themselves inside the Delta Flex. Largest lead of the game. It's ballooned to 23. Allen with the foul and the finish. That'll quiet this crowd for the moment.
Yeah, that was a nice finish there. Leaning off balance through contact. Second half, Gold shooting it at a 53.6% clip. Westchester all the way down to 30% here in the second half. You can just kind of see as the momentum continues to sap towards the home team. Westchester just a bit outmatched on this night.
Jordan Allen out of tiny Division II Lynn University. Originally from Dover, Delaware. He makes one free throw. It counts as 2. He's up to 16 tonight. Manny Camper splashes it from the corner.
Just a completely botched defensive assignment there for the Westchester Knicks. Not sure who was supposed to have him. Nobody did.
Allen looking for more. Out to Hernandez. He'll attack Johnson. House block to the baseline and a foul called.
I'm not sure about that one. He was set. He was outside the restricted area. I could see you calling a foul on Johnson defending as Hernandez went for the drive, but the block call, I don't know. Either way, not really going to affect the outcome. When these two teams meet again in Westchester later on this year, you would expect both of them to look a bit different. Westchester without either two-way player available.
And Grand Rapids has been without Peter Corneli and Marcus Howard pretty much all year. Howard battling an injury right now. Hope he's back soon for the Nuggets. There's another three. This time, Georgie. Wow, they're feeling it now.
The Gold promo team are going to run out of tees for threes here soon.
That's right, T-shirts every time the team hits a three-pointer. I think that's 12 now for Grand Rapids and a combined 27. 27 in these two games against Westchester. You figure you wouldn't hit as many threes after Nick Stauskas, Lance Stevenson, Isaiah Thomas, Davon Reed all signed 10-day contracts. That's been the case this week.
Looking back on that Gold roster, obviously all those guys are now contributing in role player roles up at the NBA level. It's kind of interesting why it didn't work that well in the end. Oh,
Camper! Oh. It'll stay with Haley and Grand Rapids.
Oh, that was almost special for the second time tonight.
Show pulls it down. 22-point lead. How about what Lance did the other night?
Absolutely. He was on fire. It was unbelievable.
That was great.
I dare say that was a better shooting performance than anything we saw here at the G League level, which is surprising to really discover. For whatever reason, the roster in its assembly, in its form that it had there at the beginning of the year for the Gold just wasn't as effective. But good to see all those guys getting chances up in the league and making the most of it. Westchester with a few guys in that same boat as well.
Yeah, Westchester, they're 10-day guys this year. Tyler Hall, who was with them on Wednesday, he had signed a 10-day with the Knicks and then came back down. They had Miles Powell, MJ Walker, Brandon Goodwin. Allen will pull. And Phil from the top. He's been solid tonight, 19 points for him, including 14 in the second half. Now that Lance game kind of stole the headline a bit, not fully. The fact that was the return of Kyrie Irving. Just the 16th time, I couldn't believe it, the 16th time that Durant, Harden, and Irving, Green, nasty down low for two, have played together.
That's unbelievable.
16 times, including the postseason, they've been together.
Obviously a bevy of reasons for that we don't need to overly discuss, but what a team that would be if they were able to play with each other more often.
Allen, again, this time from inside the long line.
It's going to be too little too late, it looks like, for Westchester, but starting to make that same comeback bid that they did on Wednesday. Derek Allscott's got this team fighting all the way through. or Derek Olsen, excuse me, not a team that's going to quit no matter what. At the G League level, when you got a coach bringing buy-in like that, it's something special to see.
Bezhanishvili, oh, I thought he had another. He picks up a foul there. It's a hard one, sending Allen to the line. Well, anytime you can hold a team under 100 points, that's a win in the G League for sure. Still a chance for Westchester, but a long shot right now with a minute and 40 to go. And because we're under the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter, he's got to shoot every free throw. So another one on the way. There it is. Mentioned that Grand Rapids will do it again tomorrow night, same time, same place, against the Cleveland Charge, formerly the Canton Charge. Westchester not back in action until they return home, I believe, on Monday to take on Motor City.
Yeah, a back-to-back for them at that point, Monday and Tuesday. They'll go into it 0-2. Motor City was 1-0 heading into this game, along with Grand Rapids at the top of those Eastern standings.
Derek Walton Jr. returned from his 10-day hardship deal with the Pistons and put on a show the other night in Motor City's first regular season game, something like 21, 15, and 8.
Yeah, it was the Motor City Pistons there for a little while. They were hit hard by the hardship, by the COVID outages there.
I think they've had the second or the third most minutes played by hardship deals this year, the Pistons, that is.
That's another interesting thing to look at. Now that players are coming back from the NBA, even just a 10-day experience in the NBA is going to change the way you look at basketball. It's going to change the way you prepare. That experience is something that's going to affect all of these 10-day guys as they come back into the league. Really will raise the level of play for everybody in the league as those NBA experiences trickle back into the G League.
King a little long, Green a rebound. We've got under a minute to go. Gold going to start this year 2-0. If that's a bit confusing. 12-game Showcase season before Christmas led into 2 games in Vegas during the Showcase Cup tournament. There's 14 of the 50 games. Schedule resets, records reset, and now a standard regular season of 36 games is to be played, leading into a typical G League championship tournament. So we'll start 2-0. The conferences in the pods also change. Remember, in the Showcase Cup schedule, 4 geographic pods, 8 teams each. 2 conferences during the regular season, Eastern and Western. Both of these teams, of course, play in the East.
I believe it's 6 teams per conference going to the playoffs, yes?
6 teams. 6 best records. Haley! How about it?
Nice shot there. And for Grand Rapids, in a season as short as 36 games, to get 2 wins to start off, even if it's against a Westchester depleted roster, is so huge, because in the NBA, you got 82 games to catch up. Things change. You see it with the Warriors right now. They dropped 3 straight.
Yeah.
You're going to have those ebbs and flows in that kind of a season, but eventually it all levels out. In a 36-game season, if you get off to a hot start but end up, sputtering out, you can still have your season salvaged, right? You don't have time to really start off poorly and have a long stretch of poor play and still make the playoffs here in the G League. So a huge win number 2 here for Grand Rapids.
Big time win, and to start the regular season with 3 straight home games, that's got to feel good as well. Tonight's final, Grand Rapids 110, Westchester 96. A 19-point win for the Gold on Wednesday. A 14-point win tonight. Really 2 sprints